It's April the 20th, 1999. At first glance, this image already looks kind of odd given the fact that one person is holding a gun in what seems to be a public place. After diving deeper into the background of this photo, I found that it hides something blood-curdling.
Guns.
Like with cut-off shot.
Guns are bad. When you saw them off and make them illegal, bad things happen to you. Just say no to sawed-offs.
No. You piece of bitch. Do not even screw with that little kid. If you do, I'll rip off your shove it so far up your.
I just started screaming and crying and telling him not to shoot me. And so he shot the girl. She shot her in the head in front of me. And he shot the black kid because he was black. And he shot him in the face.
If you look closer, you can see that in background, there are a lot of black figures which resemble the shape of dead or unconscious humans. Sadly, this would turn out to be true. In the front, we can see the perpetrators, also known as Harris and Klebold. About 11 minutes after this image was captured, Harris and Klebold shot themselves in the library. Whatever the cause of this shooting could have been remains unclear to this day. What do you think could have caused this horrendous incident? It's January the 14th, 2018. This security camera, located in England, took this picture which at first glance doesn't seem out of the ordinary. However, this picture would be a horrifying testimony for one of the most brutal murders ever committed. We can see how a mother opens a door for the two girls, who are her daughters. They then head into the apartment where the mother, also known as Louise Porton, would murder her 3-year-old daughter Lexi, the girl in the middle. A few weeks later, she killed her 17-month-old daughter Scarlett, too. For context, Louise Porton was a prostitute, and disturbingly enough, she continued to solicit men, even on the days of her children's funerals, in an attempt to gain more freedom and make more money from her job.
Ambulance service, is the patient breathing?
No.
They're not breathing?
No.
Okay. And who was it we're talking about?
Lexi, she's 3.
She's 3. Bear with
Yeah.
me. Okay. So she's unconscious and she's not breathing.
After Louise was found guilty, she was sent to court and then sentenced to life in prison. What do you think of this horrifying case? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This photo had been circulating around the internet for the past years. Although not many know what happened, I'll try to give you a clear context about it. This picture was taken at the Piet David wind farm on October the 29th in 2013, while two mechanics were servicing a wind turbine, one aged 19 and the other aged 21, became trapped on top of it after a fire, likely caused due to a shortcut, broke out. If you look closely, you can notice how the two victims were likely hugging each other as if they knew that this would be their last time alive and together on this planet. Sadly, after all attempts that were made by the firefighters to save the two, which ended up being unsuccessful, one of the victims jumped down while the other likely died because of the fire. It's truly sad to see such pictures, especially of two young men which had a life in front of them. While these two girls went on a hike in Panama, they took the following picture. In the image, we can see Chris Kremes, the girl on the left, and Lisanne Froon, the girl on the right. The two Dutch tourists were supposed to go on a hike in the jungle with a tour guide. However, they decided to go by themselves a day early. Little did they know that this decision would cost them their lives. This is the last photo known of them. Some weeks after the girls disappeared, experts were able to find a backpack containing their belongings, such as the passport, clothes, and their cell phones. Disturbingly, the camera of one of the girls contained about 90 shots taken in the middle of the night, one of which is the following. What makes this case seem even more strange is that among one of the found photos, the back of a girl's head with what appeared to be blood. Interestingly, the girls' cell phones even showed that they tried to dial the emergency services for 11 days before their batteries died. Sadly, some of the girls' bones were found throughout the jungle, and what happened to them or how they died remains a mystery to this day. Do you have any clues on this case? Make sure you leave a thought in the comment section. In 1972, a Uruguayan flight was heading towards Santiago. Everything was going fine up until the pilot made a small mistake, which would claim the lives of many people. As the plane was approaching the Andes Mountains, a likely misconception of its heights led to the plane crashing into it and killing 27 people out of 35. The poster also mentions that the remaining survivors were found 72 days later who needed to cannibalize the dead people in order to survive. This incident shows how the smallest mistakes can claim your life and the life of many others in a matter of seconds. This is why you should be always careful. At first sight, this picture appears innocent, depicting a teenager girl whose name is Jolie Calan, walking her dog. There is also a second picture someone took of Jolie on the mountains, this time from her back. Theories suggest that in August 2015, Jolie posted a series of photos on her Instagram account, including the two I just showed you. On this day, Jolie had planned to go on a hike with her ex-boyfriend, not knowing that this would be the last time she would ever be seen alive. Minutes after the picture was taken, her former boyfriend, Lauren Brunner, would shoot her twice in the head, tragically ending her life and subsequently pushing her off the cliff. Sometime after, law forces were able to find a large amount of blood on the steering wheel of Lauren Brunner and therefore arrested him. Seizing his firearm, he used to kill his former girlfriend. He's currently facing a 52-year prison sentence. I sometimes ask myself, why would someone even want to ruin their own lives like this? Don't forget that violence is not a solution, but rather a problem. Do you agree with me? Let me know if you do so in the comments. This picture was taken on a cheerful night in Carlos and Charlie's Mexican restaurant, which is located in Aruba. The girl on the left, whose name is Natalie, wearing a blue dress, was a guest who was likely invited to the party to celebrate. Additionally, I was able to find an interesting post about this case which says the following. Natalie left the party with the 3 strangers and was never seen again. Her body was never found and insufficient evidence prevented any of the 3 suspects from ever being prosecuted. Joran was later found to be guilty of murdering a young girl in Peru. He didn't get away with that crime, sentenced to 28 years in prison. Whether Joran has something to do with the disappearance of Natalie remains unknown to this day. I want to thank you for taking your time to watch this video, and as always, I wish you a delightful day.